Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another first impressions video. Yes. And today we are continuing and concluding our investigation into the house of Affinessence. So, yesterday, when I recorded yesterday's video, I wasn't aware of the prices of these. And then I did a stream last night and somebody... No, was it on stream yesterday or did somebody leave a comment on yesterday's video? Yes, they did. It was a regular tangent. I was going to find out anyway, but... A regular tangent went off on a regular tangent and told me the price. And when I found out the price, shit changed. The price of these is not pretty at all. At all. Like, wounded by the price of these. But I'll come on to that at the end. But I just wanted to say these first impressions will be in a different context to the first impressions that I did yesterday. Because you only get one chance to do a first impression, or you only get one chance to make a first impression. Just take your pick. So it'll be a quite interesting little angle, though, I think. That, you know, the first half, what I thought of them without knowing the prices, and then the second half, how I feel about them knowing the prices. Dear me, they're not cheap for any fragrance. They're not cheap. All right. So, but we'll come on to that. So, I'm looking forward to doing this, actually. Today's fragrances are Patchouli Oud, Musc Ambergris, and Cuir Curcuma. Curcuma. Right, there we go. So let's try Cuir Curcuma. Let's try Patchouli Oud first, shall we? Nicolas Bonneville is the perfumer. I was going to say is the patchouli, but he's the perfumer. Let's get the little book. Let's see what the booklet has to say, shall we? Where are you? Patchouli Agar or Patchouli Oud. So, nestled in the heart of Indonesia and considered unaffordable in today's perfumery, natural agar wood is a veritable treasure in the world of art perfumery. Affinessence has chosen to combine this with a magnificent essence of patchouli, enabling new facets of its famed scent to burst forth. That's the type of thing I would say. Enhanced by a dazzling myriad of natural ingredients, vetiver from Java, cistus and labdanum, elemi and incense, Gaiac wood and tree moss, this duo explodes on the senses, while the revisited patchouli develops a luxurious trailing scent. Again, Nicolas Bonneville. Let's just see what happens then, shall we? But yes, the takeaway from yesterday was that they weren't bad scents, they were quite pleasant. Especially the iris patchouli one. The iris cedar iris cedar, whatever. So according to Fragrantica, the big notes are patchouli, vetiver, Laotian oud, which means it's going to stink, Gaiac wood, labdanum, elemi, incense, and oak moss. That is really nice. Good quality, definitely. It's got this bright freshness, this green, earthy freshness. Gives it this zesty, I get the elemi. If you know what elemi smells like, it's got this lemony, citric, not creamy, but resinous kind of thing. Like it gives off citrus notes without it being fully citrus, but it gives off resinous notes without being fully resinous. You know, it's got this beautiful half and half characteristic. In fact, it's got a lot more than half and half of that. There's a lot going on with LME resin. I'm a big fan of what it's capable of doing. This is very fresh and very citric. Getting the vetiver, getting the incense. This is lovely. Getting this, from what I know about Laotian, because I've picked up little bits and bobs from Laotian. Laotian's got a particular profile about it, like a particular scent, you know? It's not just like woody, you know? It's got this, what I call sheer kind of quality. It's very tight. It's fresh in like a burning sort of way. You know how when like fire's just like, when there's like fire being through somewhere, it's clean. You know, there's nothing there. Oh, you could say dead. But that could be the incense as well. It's very well blended. Mr. Bonneville knows what he's doing. So there's like citrus, resin, incense. Not getting any patchouli at the minute. Not patchouli as we know it. Sorry about the ghosts. They heard us talk shit about them yesterday. But now they're back. This is very nice. This is very, very nice. They've all been really nice so far. Like, they're all, like, really, like, nice, you know? I like that. I like that as a fragrance. I'll put that back there. Okay. So next we will go to Musc Ambergris. Now, I don't know if this is going to have any ambergris in it. I don't know if it's actually going to smell like what it should smell like if it's got ambergris in it, but I'm not the world's biggest musk fan. And it can't be natural musk, or maybe it can be natural musk. But we'll see what the blurb says. There is no accredited perfumer, even on Fragrantica, for this. So we'll see what it says. Known for its distinctive scent, ambergris is even more precious when aged, as its qualities are enhanced after floating for years under the sun of the Pacific Ocean. Affinessence has chosen the exceptional quality of this scent, using it generously enough to express its powers of irresistible attraction. While ambergris diffuses an animal warmth and a mineral freshness, a burst of black musk and white truffle accentuate the hot and cold effect, creating a tingling sensation. Yerba mate, patchouli and vetiver from Haiti highlight the exuberant scent of this striking, addictive perfume you'll want to breathe in until overdose. Not sure invoking an overdose is the way to attract people to your product, but what do I know? I don't sell perfume. Instantly, I am reminded of Dunhill Icon Elite. It has this dusty note. That is not a good start. It's got this fresh, zesty, but not citric. I'm going to struggle to dissect this. I can already tell, unless it unfolds very quickly. So apparently it's got ambergris, black musk, truffle, patchouli, mate and Haitian vetiver. I don't know that this has got natural ambergris in. And the musk they're using, obviously it can't be like real musk. But I don't rightly know that that's a particularly good musk. This is the worst one so far, by far. Instantly got that Dunhill Icon Elite. The gold bottle, I'm sure that's the elite one. Let's have a look. No, it's not Dunhill Icon Elite, I do beg your pardon. It is... Which is the gold one? Absolute. Absolute, I beg your pardon. Dunhill Icon Absolute. Got this dusty kind of vibe, this fresh... It's changing now though. I'm getting the vetiver. Something else I should say when I'm on this subject, while I remember. These didn't develop very much. This is the base notes collection, right? So apparently that's its shtick. It's like the dry down of a fragrance, but the dry down is like the whole fragrance, you know? Very long lasting. The cards I sprayed yesterday still sting. I don't like this one at all. It's got this kind of rain vibe to it. Like a pointless freshness. The vetiver in it's really trying to do something, and it's a citrusy vetiver. You can tell it's like that Haitian vetiver. It smells a little bit similar to it smells a little bit similar to Les Indomptables Escale in Haiti. Except I'd say that was better. It's picking up a bit now, I must admit. It's not as bad as first feared. I thought at first it was going to be shit. But it's not shit. I just don't. I would never see myself wearing this. It was released in 2017. Maybe that kind of crazy dark thing is the truffle. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I am not big on that one. Excuse me. Not big on that one at all. Okay. Next, we have the last one. It is called Cuir Curcuma. Cuir Curcuma, or Cuir Curcuma. I do beg your pardon. Cuir Curcuma. Let's see what your game is. A first in perfumery and originating from Kerala, turmeric has been used for the first time in a perfume by Affinessence. A milky note enhances the precious turmeric root, causing an explosion of the delicious spicy aromas of turmeric latte. A beverage that has been drunk for thousands of years in India and also known as golden milk, white myrrh. Oh no, golden milk, while myrrh, sandalwood and patchouli offer their distinctive scents. A wonderful note of full-grain leather takes over the composition, imposing its powerful and animalic character. Delicious luxury and sultry sensuality compete with one another in this addictive bouquet with its bold scent. Nice. Who's the perfumer? Alexandra Carlin. Let's see what we have here. I'm not sure turmeric's. This is the first time turmeric's ever been used in a fragrance, but I'm sure I've smelled like turmeric before in a fragrance, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Big iris at the top. Big iris at the top. Waxy. Lovely. Beautiful. It's a lot like Iris Cendra by Naomi Goodsir. The iris in this straight away. The sandalwood. Benzoin. This is lovely. Straight away lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. The iris is beautiful, and it reminds me of one of my favourite iris fragrances. Again, Iris Cendra. It's got a touch of like this milky sort of thing going on, which must be like the turmeric latte sort of thing. Not getting any spice, I must admit. Getting a lot of creaminess, a lot of smoothness, a lot of irisness. Orisness? Irisness. Not much leather either. It's very pleasant, it's very nice. If you were to smell this in a department store, you would know this was one of the better fragrances in the store. You know? This is lovely. Oof. Now I'm starting to get a little bit of the spice. A little bit of the spice is coming through now. Myrrh. Iris is still massive in it. I wonder if they've used iris as like the lead note or the head note, the top note. It's very irisy, very, not waxy, but if you've ever smelled like Iris by Hermes, or you've ever smelled Iris Cendra, it's almost certainly the same iris that's in Iris Cendra. Yeah. Lovely. Absolutely beautiful, to be fair. So we'll go back over them, and then I will talk about the price. Excuse me. That's very saffrony now. Patchouli oud. It's got that sort of almost apple twang about it. A zesty kind of, not fruity, but you know, like a bitter. It's got a bitterness to it. Good fragrance. I like that. Musc Ambergris changed a lot from what it was. It's not as disappointing as it was on first smell, but it's the least good of all of them, in my opinion. It's got to be because instantly it reminded us of Dunhill Icon Absolute. And maybe that's just my prejudice, maybe that's just my linking it, because you know how powerful like a memory is like that. It's got that kind of vibe. Don't like that, personally. Not a big fan. Be surprised if there was real ambergris in there, or if there was like a substantial amount of real ambergris in there, because we know what the perfume houses are like. They'll put like a drop in, just so they can say it is real ambergris, you know, and then they'll put like 10 drops of like ambroxan in. Again, Cuir Curcuma, another iris. Another iris. Iris leather. Little bit like Cuir Curcuma, but not as animalic, not as leathery, much more weighted in the iris than it is in the leather. Whereas I think it's different. I think it's the other way around in Cuir Curcuma, which I love, by the way. Delightful. Very nice, that one. Okay. So, what I'm going to come on to now is the price. Like I said, somebody mentioned in the comments of yesterday's video the price of these, and I wish I had not known so I could find out live on camera for you, but I cannot. But rest assured that I am still as, I don't want to say outraged, but I am still as shocked at the price of these as I was when I found out yesterday. It's absolutely fucking mental, the price of these. So I'm going to go on the website just to make sure, all right? On their website, all right? On their website, 100 ml of Affinessence for Cedar Iris is €265 for 100 ml. That's about what? 240 quid? So $300 US? Outrageous. Too much. For these fragrances. These are very nice fragrances. These are very pleasant fragrances. If they were half the price, they would be incredible, and I would advise everybody to go out and just like get a sample set, find which ones you like and buy, even at retail. You can get something called the luxurious packaging, which takes it up to €420. Right? That is insane if you're willing to spend an extra fucking €160 on something called luxurious packaging. Fuck, I better come with a robot that applies the fragrance for you for that kind of money. Do you know what I mean? Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I'll talk more about the price. It's prohibitively expensive for what they are. You know? For an extra, what, 40, 50 euros, you can get the Chanel exclusives 200 ml. Twice as much juice, so they're basically half the price. That should just tell you all you need to know, really. Insane price point for these. Insane price point for these. They are blended well, they're well made, they're good fragrances, but they're not great fragrances. The Iris Cedar's lovely, smells like Prada's Infusion d'Iris. The Santal Basmati, very nice. Very nice. Smells like a sandalwood fragrance. Nothing separates it from another, like something like Tamdao. Apart from the smell a bit different, but the quality doesn't justify the difference in price. Vanille Benjoin. Lovely. you'll get other vanilla perfumes just as good for less than half the price of that. You know? And I've got to say, from what I've smelled, they don't develop. They do not develop. So what you smell at the top, and what you smell after 5 minutes is what you smell all the way through, you know? And it's not worth the best part of $300. The best part of €300. It's just not. It's insane pricing. And it's kind of spoiled them for us. Would I have bought any? No. I've got individual fragrances that do everything these fragrances do. So there's nothing there that's tempted us so much on paper to go out and try them, to go out and try to see if I could get them any cheaper even, you know, because even if you could get them cheaper, they still wouldn't be cheap enough to make it worth it going out and buying them, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy. So I might try a couple of them on skin. The Iris Cedar, the Patchouli Oud, maybe the Cuir Curcuma, maybe. But that's just Iris Cendra, you know. It's nice. I like it. I really like it. But I've got a Iris Cendra. Don't need it. So whether even if I'd found out yesterday, well, I found out yesterday what the price was, but if I'd found out what the price was today, I'd have said exactly the same thing. They're not worth that kind of money for me. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. So there we have it. Unfortunately, I may or may not do a follow-up video on skin with these. At the minute, I'm leaning towards not bothering. Because there's no development whatsoever. They might smell different on skin, but they're not made to develop. They're not like with that 3-tier structure, as Persolaise calls it, top, middle, bottom. It's not how these are made. These are base notes. These are all base notes, and they all live on the same floor, and nothing changes from top to middle to bottom. Nothing will change from hour 1 to hour 8. Not them kind of fragrances, and they're not saying they are, so fair enough. You can hear the ghosts are raging about it as well. They can't believe that price, you know. So I'll leave the last word with them. Thank you very much, everybody. I will see you all again soon. And I think the next sample set I'm going to go through is going to be one from Filippo Sorcinelli. I also have one from Parfum d'Empire, but I'm saving that. I'm going to do that throughout because there's like 20 odd fragrances in that one. So that'll be like Zoologist. I'll do that over a number of weeks. Whereas the Sorcinelli ones I'll be able to knock out in a couple of days, but I'll not be doing that for another week or two. Anyhow, again, I'll say goodbye this time, really. Thanks, everybody. See ya.